how businesses and the businesses that we're involved in is generating money, right? Like I get asked this all the time, especially with the podcast and kind of what we're doing. Like, how do you guys actually make money to do this, right? And I'll explain a little bit about what we're doing and how we're monetizing things. But at first, Raf, I want you in your business as an agency because you've got a few different models within, and I'd love to hear and see what you're happy to share with the audience on how you're actually making money within your business and the different ideas that you have without giving away, obviously, all the playing cards.
Yeah, for sure. I think like you can have two things. You either have time or capital. And there's very few things that you can invest in that you can keep with you for your entire life. And one of those things is skills. So if you're able to invest in yourselves to get those skills, that stays with you regardless of market turns, regardless of like the broader macro trends. And obviously, if you have dry powder, like Mark is talking about in these downturns, you're able to back up the truck, as it were, to be able to invest when it makes sense. But let's say you're free capital and you have time. And so, like in our business, for example, like I've been in the e-commerce game almost 10 years now. And so from the Amazon side and obviously TikTok side, and the way that we're monetizing is multiple ways. Firstly, it's a like a done with you agency, not a done for you. And essentially, we help implement these systems within businesses themselves. And the reason why I do it this way as opposed to done for you is because I'm a brand owner, I don't want to rent the skill. I want to know the skill. And because I believe in that so much, we help install these skills into brands, businesses. So they have that skill. If they want to, if we're continuing to give them the value, they stay on with us. And that's one of the monetization vehicles. The next thing is I really believe in the TikTok and TikTok Shop space. That's why we're launching multiple brands. Like we're launching a book literally in like 8 weeks time. It's been 6 months in the running due to external factors, but we're finally doing that. And then we've got a supplement brand launching as well. And so like it's never been an easier time for someone who's switched on or is willing to work their normal 9 to 5 and then use their 5 to 9 to be able to create an asset that allows you to build skills that you have for like the rest of your life. You can apply on anything and then build enterprise value in something where the bar of entry is so low, yet everyone's effort and desire is even lower. So the competition is just waiting on the sidelines. And so the second monetization way is obviously the brands. Then the third monetization pathway is like you have a skill set now you can apply to new opportunities that end up coming. The same mindset that I've put towards e-commerce is the exact same mindset in learning that I'm doing on the AI side. When I can learn these skills and apply it and get results, then I can share that. That's another level of monetization within my business that if I didn't have this mindset, I wouldn't be able to do. So like at a high level, those are the ways that I'm monetizing. So I have enough dry powder in these downturns to be able to apply because then I'll have capital and I have capital to then be able to invest in these situations.
Yeah, it's so interesting, right? Like you'll look at people will look at your business as just it's a TikTok agency, but what you're doing is you're getting educated within your agency business, and now you're creating your own supplement brand, obviously
Mhm.
for a reason, right? There could be multiple reasons. It could be a monetization reason, obviously, and there could be other values and behind that and stuff like that. But like you're obviously seeing the data, right? And it's similar to what we're doing with Unemployable. Like all the businesses I've been involved in the past is has been very transactional, right? Like online businesses, as an example. We had a luxury holiday accommodation business. We had a project marketing business. I used to have a business that we manufactured shower screens and wardrobes, and we had a factory, and we used to install them in high-rise buildings. So it's like, you know what I mean? I make this, I sell it to you, you give me X as an example. Then we started this podcast, and it was like, okay, well, time, right? So it's like, let's put in the time in what we're doing today, right? On the Friday pod, on the Tuesday pods, and just continuing to show up, continuing to build a database, continuing to build a community. Like today, somebody reached out to me on Instagram and said, "Hey, do you have a Connect account?" I said, "Yes." He says, "Can you send it through?" I sent it through, and he's made a booking for a phone call as an example, and I have a certain price on that, and he's willing to pay it, and I don't even know what he wants to discuss. But obviously, he's found me somehow, and so that's another monetization side that I haven't even been concentrating on, and all that reminds me of is I need to start promoting more of the Menex side of things and going, hey, if you actually want to have a chat with me, guys, I'm interested in talking about this, this, and this. Create your Menex account, and I think Mark should do the same thing because I know there'll be a lot of people that would love to spend an hour with Mark and pay him, right, an agreed amount of money to do so for advice around, for instance, markets and Bitcoin. Um, with what we're doing now is we have businesses within businesses. So we have Unemployable, now we have Unemployable Property as an example, which is a property education business. We do events. We then do private mentoring and coaching, right? And then within that, there's deals that get created. Then there's joint venture opportunities. There's investment opportunities. And then we have Unemployable Business, which is business coaching, right? And then off the back of that, there's events. And then off the back of that, there's opportunities looking into businesses, right? Like today, I'll actually just bring this up now. I mean, there's no plug or anything for this, but a good friend of mine came from Brisbane, right? He's got a new brand called Resurge, right? And what Resurge is targeted skin hygiene gel, right? So heroes, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and a lot of people get staph infections and they get ringworm and they get these types of things because when it's skin on skin contact, you can get obviously infections. So what he's done is he's created this whole brand um, around it, right? And I've told him, hey, you need to go see Raf from the Uptick as an example. But he's sitting here and we're talking, and there's opportunities in that, right? Like there's opportunities for people to get involved. There's opportunities, to go overseas and all these types of things, right? Without Unemployable, we wouldn't be able to see these types of opportunities. And now people are reaching out to us for sponsorships and brand deals and these types of things. But they didn't reach out to us after the first month. They didn't reach out to us after the first 6 months. They didn't reach out to us after the first year. We're now 2.5 years in, right? Subscribership's going up, followers are going up, attention is going up. So we've, laid all these bricks over time, and then opportunities arise, right? So, like out of this call, I think Mark, as an example, should set up a Menect. I think you, Raf, should set up a Menect and say, hey, I'm an expert in TikTok shop, right? And this is what I can talk about. This is what I know. There's the link you want to book for, right? A text message, a phone call, um, a video call, a voice note, all these types of things are at different prices, right? And we get coached by some high level people overseas through the Menect app that have helped us grow. So these are all the different ways now at Unemployable, and there's businesses within businesses that the crew don't even know about that I'm thinking about. And then we've got Mark and I starting that new business, helping people invest overseas in different types of property, right? So to diversify, and then we're going to be building a database of that, and then off the back of Unemployable and all these different types of things. So it's quite interesting. A lot of people ask, how do you actually make money? And let me tell you, we're now getting paid by Spotify. We're now getting paid by YouTube every month, right? Direct debit into the account. Now, it's nowhere near enough to fund what we are doing, but it is a start. And maybe in 5 or 10 years from now, as an example, it'll be that big where it's like, you know what, a lot of these YouTube and podcast businesses just rely on that.
And look, and I think Eric's got another business coming. I was in there before. He's just in behind me, and I saw him just before his foot up on a camera. So I think there's probably no F account coming with Eric's feet. So he's just going to monetize every part of his beautiful body by the
You know
time.
what, man?
What
You know
does
what?
OF stand for? Oof.
You know what? I've got some beautiful parts of my body, let me tell you, James, but it ain't my feet. I can tell you that much, mate. That's for sure. Well, you know what?
Just for context, Raf, just for the people who aren't 100% across what at the Uptick, it is purely TikTok, and it's based purely around e-com, promotion of e-com, or do you have other use cases for TikTok outside physical products?